Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So off we go then. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Marcelo. He's pretty much a defender in name alone, to be honest, because his biggest contributions always seem to come at the other end of the pitch. He's great at controlling the ball when under pressure and seems to have a great knack for finding that half a yard to dig out a cross. He's got a decent shot too, so his teammates will be looking to bring him into play at every opportunity, I would think.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Rooney. It's a searching pass. Ibrahimovic. Engages and forces him off the ball. Oh, nice touch. And here's the chance to counter. That's a cute ball. That has not gone well. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. Steaming on goalwards. A wonderful effort, all by himself.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
Rooney. Gerrard. Azar. And it's Marcelo. Pullet finding himself in space. Sporting yet to have an attempt on goal. Looking for the run. No, he's just misjudged that one. Vieira. This is a promising build-up. Now it's Rooney. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Knocks it into space. Messi, very much a man of this moment. Well, that pass isn't the best. Ferdinand. And he's picked it up out wide. Cross into the box. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Messi. Can he get it through? He came in hard, very hard. Now the ball. Impressive jump! Goal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
The first breakthrough.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Tries to pass it through. No, again there's no way through.
Sporting really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them...
It's Ibrahimovic! And that is wildly off target.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Messi.
Madrid are totally dominant in the middle of the park and no way through.
Oh, he's all alone. Shot a goal! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. And here's Messi. Sporting are looking to go forward now. Now it's Rijkaard. He has found the way through. Gerrard. Now, what about a counter-attack? Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Buffon punts it upfield. And here's Rooney. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Ibrahimovic. Rooney will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Sporting certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Messi! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
And here's Rooney. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Ferdinand kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. It's Rooney! Denied by an instinctive save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
This their second corner of the game. Messi with the short one. Sporting have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Pullet. Oh, that's well spotted. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Desai gets across to intercept that. So a temporary halt to the action. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Sporting come in at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
Substituição para o Sporting. Número 19. Azar. Número 8.
So we're off again.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it.
Rooney! And no, just off target. And they win it back again. Chips it through. Space for him to turn and look. And Del Piero! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Pullet is onto this. And now they can spring out of defence. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Del Piero is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Sporting different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy. Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Zola. Zola getting forward. Davids did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now the ball's gone astray. He's picked his way through, and it's played into the middle. Oh, that was vital.
Was that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Davids. Sporting do have a chance to counter here. Oh, can he get onto this? Thuram spots it and intercepts. Nicely worked. And it's been hooked away. Gerrard. So, Jim, what are you thinking? That's rather hopeful. And no one is overly concerned about that.
Yeah, it seemed the right range, and I guess it was worth a try.
And he stands tall, impenetrable. And this is Zola, and he's managed to get free. Great chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? He's got away. Goes for a shot! It's hit the upright. Bullet is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And now they can clear their lines. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Yeah, that looks a decent ball. Del Piero showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. He's a sharp little ball here. Thuram wins the duel this time.
Madrid surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Zola.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Oh no, this does not look good. Thinks about Messi! They want to be quick to recover this. Marcelo.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And it's Messi. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And here's Zola.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Great defending, strong and determined. And he was quick to react. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Ibrahimovic. It's Ibrahimovic! Oh, split-second reaction.
Ibrahimovic clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And this is Yaya Toure. Pepe. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's found a way through.
Sporting really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
And here's Ibrahimovic. Zola does really well to win the ball there.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That's that, the end. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest. Your reflections then, Jim?
I think it's one of these games where both have plenty to think about. I don't think it was by design.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So off we go then. Well, here he is, the epitome of athleticism and speed. That is Gareth Bale.
Yeah, simply one of the best left-sided attackers of his generation, Peter, with all the tools to improve any team. And then...
Well, that pass isn't the best. Threads one in. Shot could be on. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Donadoni. It's Figo. Marcelo takes aim and crosses. Ah, that's a fine interception. And they can counter here. Hazard. And here's Eto'o.
Eto'o really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
That has been cut short. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes, so we're seeing some conservatism here.
Well, that's been cut out, well played. And it's Hazard. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Bale, who is rarely short on confidence.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. He's found a way, it's Eto'o! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Eto'o really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Serbia with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. Now it's Hazard. Sporting are looking to go forward now. Varane getting this one clear.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Sporting yet to have an attempt on goal. Well, that is one way to stop him. Engages and forces him off the ball. Yaya Toure is a perfect combination of brain and brawn.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Oh, good take in a good area. This looks promising. And he's gone backward here. Great chance! Goal! Serbia! Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Well, the keeper's clearly not happy, Peter. The least his defence could have done was go to the danger, and that was decidedly lacking.
Serbia have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Marcelo is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Thuram wins the duel this time. Now it's Bale. Figo. Lovely ball and Ibrahimovic! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Serbia have the chance to go the other way. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Figo. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Space for him to turn and look. Here's a chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Mateus can so cleverly bypass the press.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Ibrahimovic receives it in a good position here. Tries to play it through. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Searching pass he's played there. That has ended up in no man's land. Piqué. Cafu. Mateus. And Donadoni. Oh, that's well spotted. Davids. Gullit. Great vision. Gullit. Eto'o. Ferdinand spots it and intercepts. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Sporting unable to get back onto level terms before half-time. They trail 1-0.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest.
Voluntários de cada bancada, por favor, dirijam-se à sala do pessoal. Substituição para o Sporting. Número 13.
So, into the second half.
Sporting can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Now it's Hazard. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Thuram. Messi making good progress on the right-hand side. And here's Eto'o. Ferdinand calmly anticipates. Sporting come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Marcelo is one whose deliveries we all know about. Yaya Toure. Thuram. Some resolute defending there. Yaya Toure. Now it's Eto'o. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. That's an imaginative pass. Oh, that's a key interception.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. He's in a great position here. He has found the way through. Brilliant save from Buffon! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Serbia have their second corner now. He's had a shot! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Mateus. Toure running with the ball. And here's Gullit. He's looking wide. In towards the back stick.
Well, they were never going to allow him to receive that. Such close attention.
It's their second corner of the game.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Davids. He's having a pop!
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look. Oh, he's been caught napping! He's been bundled over. That is a foul. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was eventually convinced that that was a clear enough chance he denied.
Well, Peter, I don't think he even had time to blink. This is just a spontaneous reaction.
Substituição para o Sporting. Número
It
23.
certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range.
Well, to be honest, he thrives.
Mateus!
Pepe está a
Off
acontecer
the
uma
bar!
substituição.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Dani Olmo going face-to-face with his great rival. Your impression so far, Jim?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Dani Olmo knocks it into space, and he's definitely onside. Decent chance! Denied by an instinctive save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
So, third corner of the game. Deftly away. Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? Change of plan here, perhaps.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here. Serbia surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Spread neatly. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
Pity that, because it had a decent chance of progressing.
That's really well manoeuvred. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Good ball over the top. A corner it is then. Serbia get their fourth corner. And it's been taken short. And now a sudden chance to counter. And that pass just didn't quite work. Oh, good-looking ball. Now that looks a decent ball. And a chance! And it's in! And surely that does it! Perfect time, decisive strike. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very...
He's rising! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
Foram
Danny
indicados
Olmo.
4 minutos de compensação.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Sané. 4 added minutes on the board. Shot a goal! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
It's a good run down the right. Oh, no joy this time. That's that, the end. Sporting were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you...